Hey fam, let's talk Falynn Pina. You remember her ex-fiance and baby daddy, Jalen Banks, had his own interview where he was talking about their relationship and how she groomed him and all that, right? Now Falynn had her own interview and she talked about everything from Simon Gubadia, her ex-husband, who's now married to Portia Williams, her ex-co-star on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and everything, and Jalen. And she disputed everything Jalen Banks said on his interview. She was asked about her relationship with Portia Williams on The Real Housewives of Atlanta or before that. And then she said even though they were not best of friends like that, they used to hang out together, and Portia even would visit their home with Simon Gubadia, her then husband, who's now married to Portia, by the way. And Falynn moved on with her former assistant and friend Jalen Banks. But here's the thing that I want us to touch on or talk about. Falynn says from Simon she moved on with Jalen. And remember, that was before the finalization of her divorce from Simon. And I don't remember quite well of the timelines on whether Simon had already moved on with Portia or what had happened there. However, she also says from Jalen, she moved on with the guy she's currently with now. And she says all that happened while her and Jalen were still staying in the same house, even though she ended up saying they were living their own separate lives. But I want us to see something here. There seems to be a pattern with her. She moves from this relationship into the next. From that one, she moves into the next. It seems to me she has never given herself time to breathe in between relationships, or better yet, to regroup and find herself again. It's almost like she's scared to be by herself or something. Maybe this is the reason why she's always in all this drama with all these men. She was then asked on whether she misses Simon. And to that she said she does not miss Simon at all. However, she misses Simon's money, because she says the finances side were always taken care of. She was always provided for, and she didn't have to worry about waking up in the morning. Sometimes you just want to stay in and sleep. But now she says she doesn't have that luxury. And on how they ended up being more than friends, being romantic with Jalen, she says she feels Simon was pawning her off to Jalen. She says Simon would always be like, do you want to go shopping? No, take Jalen, go ahead. Do you want to go out to dinner? Take Jalen, go ahead. So that she felt like that was him pawning her off to Jalen. But Simon once said allegedly that Falynn cheated on him with Jalen, and that Jalen used to sneak into their home to be with Falynn. Maybe that's why Jalen was given a job as an assistant, to be close, to keep him close. I don't know. And what I really took from all this Falynn interview is that when she was busy talking about all these men she's been with and how the relationship ended, she never even for once took some sort of accountability for her part in the demise of these relationships. There's no way you can be squeaky clean, all perfect, and all these people do you wrong. Like everybody else does you wrong, but you're this perfect human being who's a victim. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, on her grooming Jalen, she says even though she's 9 years older than Jalen, she never groomed him. But on the same breath, she says she's the one who was groomed by her ex-husband Simon. She also said in their relationship with Jalen, Jalen never paid for anything, that she was the financial muscle of their relationship. But she did, however, complimented Jalen on being a great dad to their daughter. Even though she says Jalen was abusive to her physically, and the abuse started while she was still pregnant with their daughter. She then, for me, dropped what I would say was a bombshell, and very shocking to me, I would say. And that was when she said every man she dates, she brings around her kids. And I'm like, don't you think you're somehow confusing the kids by bringing around every man you date? Anyway, these are just my thoughts, but she went on to say she doesn't hate Jalen and wants him to be happy and go to therapy. And at this point, I was like, girl, you also need therapy though. Because there's no way everybody else you get into a relationship with can be in the wrong and you're all this perfect little human being. It doesn't make sense really. And at one point in her interview, she also said Simon lied in their relationship, Jalen lied in their relationship. And even with the other baby daddies, she also said there were a lot of lies told. What baffles me though is that Falynn never says, okay, on this, I also had my faults. On this, I was wrong. On this, I did 1, 2, and 3, and that was wrong. She never takes accountability for anything. Yet all these men whom she has had a relationship with or married are always doing her wrong, and that's alarming. And she also mentioned that at one point she used to pay child support for her kids, but also went on to say she's now on good terms with her baby daddies. However, she's gonna put Jalen on child support because she does not see herself and Jalen co-parenting in peace. Well, on that note, do share your thoughts in the comment section and remember to subscribe, like, share. Until next time, bye, and thank you for watching.